I've been playing the piano now since I was about 10 years old. Trained mostly in jazz. My style is improvisational, so at this point in my life, I can hardly even read sheet music anymore. When I was 21, I put out my first recording and that was around the time I started playing professionally. And since then, I'm now 28. In the last few years, I have played at pretty much any venue you can imagine in the city. Anything from a country bar to a youth center to a straight bar, a gay bar. I have a wonderful little band, Hazen Rice, who plays the guitar, and Casey Wallace, who sings with me. And we just finished up a 3-year resident gig at Numbers Cabaret, which was wonderful. There was a very specific incident that sparked this change in my songwriting, or at least the approach to my new concept. We were having lunch at Eastside Pride last year, a group of friends, and enjoying a beautiful day when we witnessed an extremely violent and upsetting beating. And it was a group of skinheads that had come to target the day, which was to celebrate the community pride. And they came and tore down a bunch of pride flags and just caused a bit of a ruckus. And then some activists followed them up the street to confront them, and that happened to be right where we were eating lunch. And a big fight broke out, and this guy just beat them all up. And it was very, very upsetting to watch. And seeing that hit home with me.
And when I heard that poor Richie had been hit in the head and hit the concrete the way he did with that sickening thud, it reminded me of a situation that happened to me in Toronto when I was hit over the head with a full beer bottle. I cannot begin to imagine what that's like again, because it just brings back such horrible memories of me being passed out on the sidewalk for over a minute. And a minute was long enough. It felt like an eternity when I finally came to. People ask me all the time, where do you go? What do you do? Where do you go for acceptance to have a good time? And I tell them, I go wherever I want. Shouldn't we be allowed to? Oh, we've got gay marriage. Oh, there's gay television shows. Maybe everything's okay. Well, as we've seen recently, things still are not okay for our community.
This city's colors is celebrating all of the colors of the city. So the dark, the light, the nitty-gritty, but also how beautiful the city is and how exciting it is to live here and be a part of it during such an interesting time. So absolutely, I feel so alive and filled with energy, with pride when I see all the attention it's getting for the Olympics, when I see how beautiful the view is of English Bay from Broad Street Bridge, or when I see the homeless people on the street. My community, the gay community, the West End in particular, has been spoiled by violence in the last year. A lot of specific incidences of beatings and bashings and all this stuff. And when I think about battle that's been fought by the generation before us, and the battle that we're still fighting. There's a line in there about at the end of the rainbow there's a pile of death. Because even though it's a beautiful city and it's a beautiful community, what's on the other side of the rainbow is death, disease, loneliness. So this song explores that side of it. That's what I do. I make music and I want to explore all the different aspects of the city that are exciting, that are dangerous. Once again, the good and the bad. I don't have all the answers. I'm not going to try to take on all these bold topics and tell anyone what to do with them. I don't know what to do with them. But I'm just going to write about them from my perspective.